And we're
All right,
live.
we're live.
Well,
Okay.
hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Again. Nice to see you again.
Nice to talk to you.
Yes, I know.
So, what's the
So,
topic for today?
well, we're gonna talk about women and what is wrong with them today in our society, and also with men, what is wrong with men, and how we can improve on this situation, and what people can do to improve the situation for themselves.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So lately there's been a lot of movement in, well, from the men's side there's a lot of movement in the MGTOW movement. I don't know if you heard about it.
Yeah, I know a little bit.
Okay, so what do you know from this movement that you hear so far?
Okay, so MGTOW is means men going their own way, which is basically a faggy way of saying we don't want any women. We're just gonna jerk off, as far as I know.
Yeah, well, I think it's more. It's just really going your own way, not bothering with other people, and working on yourself. It's more like your self improvement. So you're just working on yourself, getting yourself skills, working on your career, and not getting bothered by any girlfriend or wife in that matter.
Yeah, I was being facetious. Of course, I know it's more than just a couple of guys to don't want to deal with women. There's more to it, and there's reasons for it as well. Because women nowadays, or most women, are kind of crazy, if we're being
Well,
honest.
I think that the problem with women and that is they don't make choices. They like what they say. They want to have everything. Like they want to eat their cake and have it too. You know, they want to have two pieces of cake instead of one piece. That they, because they can't pick. So, for instance, if they want a feminist world, they want to have like I want equality. I want the same pay as you and all that nonsense, even though it's the same. And then I want you to hold the door for me, pay for my pay on the date. You know, you're gonna pay everything on the first date, that sort of shit.
Yeah, but
And
I
then
think. Oh yeah,
yeah,
go.
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that I was reading the other day that apparently now they think that opening the door for women and smiling is like a microaggression. Like you shouldn't do that because that's just yeah. Don't hold the door for any woman.
Yeah,
Which,
but if you ask any woman who's gonna pay on the first date, what do you think they're gonna say?
well, for the men to pay, of course.
And what do you think they say when you say go? Let's go Dutch.
What does that mean?
50-50.
Is that I didn't know that. Well, I think they're against it mostly.
Yeah, I think so as well. They will be like, what? To be fair, I had some dates here, and I made the women pay for drinks.
Well, I've been with the same girlfriend for a while, and mostly I pay for shit because I have more money. She doesn't have any money, and I'm more of a traditionalist. I think men and women should help each other, and they need each other, and but the man should be dominant because that's just the way the world works and the way the human race works. It's just how it is. So mostly I pay
Yeah, but that's
for
the
shit.
problem. You say that's how it is, but if you want to change the rules of the game, like they're changing the rules of the game with this feminist bullshit, and then they want equality and they want to do the same shit that men can do, but then when it comes to the benefits that they can get from being a woman, like what was before, then they still want to have it.
Yeah, and but I would say most of these women are these they're psychopaths. They don't really think things through. They they just want to, yeah, it's what you said, having your cake and eating it too. And the of course, who pays for all that? It is men.
Yeah, but that's like I'm wondering if like how far you want to take equality, if you want to have real equality or you want to have like a position of power.
Well, they say they want equality, but they really don't. They want the position of power. They want all these, as you said, they want these benefits, and it's all paid for by men. But at the same time, like we're paying for it, and they like we pay and we can't complain. Like we can't say anything. It's It's completely the opposite of what traditional society would be, which is, men pay, but we also hold, because we pay, then we also hold the last word. And about equality, I'm not even for equality between men and women, because equality is just, as Rothbard would say, it's a revolt against nature. Like, we're not equal. Nothing is equal. And to make it equal, you just need force. You need to force it, because if you just let it go and let things run normally, you never get equality. You get the opposite of equality.
Yeah, you get something out of balance. But also, what I find here very interesting is when women are forced to join the army, like the conscription laws and so on for women. Because in Sweden now as well, they are also recruiting women and men, and in Israel they already have that. What's
Yeah,
your
and
opinion on that?
well, first of all, I'm against conscription at all. Like, I don't like the idea of the state forcing you to go to war, or forcing you to serve in the military just for any reason. Like, if we lived in a society where the government was accountable, maybe there could be a case, like, because those governments would not go to war for any reason, like, uh, to for their own benefit. But right now, all the wars that there are, uh, they're just stupid wars that don't benefit the people. So they just conscript people to force them. It's basically slavery, and it's, to me, it's even worse if you do it to women, honestly. But this is how crazy the feminists are, that they want to, uh, basically, they want slavery for women.
Yeah, I was also seeing this because it looks to me like the feminists are the worst enemy of the women themselves, actually.
Yeah, it's you know every time you have a group that says, or pretty much every time you have a group that says, we represent this group of people and we know what's best for them, in the end, uh, they end up being the worst enemies. Like, the socialists say, oh, we are on the side of the people, and then in the end you get these murderous dictatorships that have an elite at the top that control everything, and the people are starving on the line to get bread, like, lines across around the building, like hours and hours just to get a piece of bread. So it's the same with the feminists. They say they're on the side of women, but they end up being the worst enemies of women. And going back to the MGTOWs, I understand the motivations, and I understand the temptation to just do away with any relationship with women and just jerk off to anime and shit. But I just don't think that's a way forward. And of course, there were a lot of men in history that didn't have wives. Like, you can see Nikola Tesla, for example. He was basically uh, he loved a pigeon. He was in love with a pigeon, and
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at his achievements and his dedication to, like, I mean, there's so many. If you look at so many things, like for instance, the war for Troy. How much destruction is there gonna be made for one woman? There's 10,000 men laying dead on the field because some fucking twat stole his wife, and you can't say that the wife didn't run off with this young prince. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And then if you look at Tesla, he's making stuff. He's inventing things that are very useful to the human race. I mean, without someone like Tesla, we're not getting any further than throwing rocks at each other.
No, yeah, I see that point, and you could say the same about some priests who, of course, were celibate, and they wrote a lot, and they advanced a lot of thought on philosophy, and there's many examples like this. But I think they are, a very, very small minority. I think normal men and even inventive men, they just need women.
Well, I think what I think from history is basically in the beginning of the ages, it was the that you would get a wife, that you would get children. It was way earlier in your lifespan, because if you look now, people get married when they're older and older and older, so they have to keep chasing this. Oh, I want to have this husband, or I want to have this wife. And now, and in the beginning, I think of times, it used to be that it was fairly younger ages, that they were like, okay, you're just in the neighborhood, okay, you're okay, whatever, you'll be my wife, you'll be my husband. And then the man, he had more time to do the things that he could explore things or invent things, I think. And he didn't have to spend his whole life chasing what he want, like the desire of, oh, I want this woman because I saw this in some porn movie. I saw this blonde hot one. Now I want to find the real one, or that looks like this. I think it's really like people are not accepting what they can get around. They just want some. They want like the woman that they saw in the movie that they're going to, and they want to have this perfect thing, and they're just chasing this their whole freaking lives.
Yeah.
Oh, something went wrong. Hold on, I'm just gonna try and get him back. I'm just gonna postpone the broadcast.